very good day to all of you. How have all of you been doing in the last 2 weeks? Today, my topic is on say no to favoritism. Why? The reason is simple. Favoritism divides. Be scrupulous about treating everyone equally. Few of us would admit, to favoritism, but let's be frank, it happens most of the time. We send out signals all the time, indicating those that we favor and those that we don't. So life would be horrendously monotonous if we all like the same type of people. Don't you agree with that? We would all be seeking the same partner in marriage. Can you imagine that? So the exciting reality is that we are all different and like different types of people. Right? And in a social environment, this might be fine. But in the world of management, it can be incredibly dangerous. Favoritism is actually a subtle form of discrimination, whether we admit it or not. People react adversely to discrimination, and favoritism is a subtle form of discrimination. It is difficult to hide. Most people have incredibly sensitive antenna, and it will quickly become aware when one person is in, with the boss, the blue eye stuff, while another is not. So in fact, many bosses develop reputations for confiding in and seeking the advice of certain group of people one day. All right. And the next day, it could be the next group of people. But there's always this in so-called group of people. In trying to eliminate favoritism, any boss or leader is presented with two opposing principles. The first one is to be objective, fair, and not to discriminate between people. And the next one is basically opposing. Principle is that a leader should be a human being, and you must act accordingly. Most of us act in accordance to our likes and dislikes. The next point here is that do not focus on what you dislike about a person. See, however, the two opposing principles that I've just mentioned just now can be reconciled by the simple expedient of just concentrating on what you like about each person in the team without exceeding the bounds of proper behavior. Now, don't concentrate on what you dislike about a person. Try to discover the good points of a person, of the people around you, all right? And use this, all right? And to give each a fair share of your time. I think this is very important. And similarly, by taking each as a basis of developing your relationship with them, ensure that you give each a fair share of your time, and similarly by taking each equally into your confidence. Furthermore, right, ensure that any rewards, whether it is tangible or intangible, direct or indirect, okay, they must be distributed with scrupulous fairness. Scrupulous fairness. Remember too that a small word of praise or a simple word of praise can be an effective reward as well. The next one is be extremely careful on the issue of sexual attractiveness, right? I'm talking about the fairer sex, it could be either way. But in trying to eliminate favoritism, you must be extremely careful on this issue. Some leaders will be drawn to the most attractive people, all right? Whether it's man or female, other bosses or other leaders will overcompensate by avoiding this group of attractive people. Why? Because they fear that their motives will be misinterpreted when they attempt everyday contact. So it is an area fraught with difficulty. It is not easy. And most bosses with any element of sexual drive will have to walk on a tight rope when dealing with people that they find attractive. And the next one is you need to continually challenge yourself, okay, on your thoughts, all right, your attitude and your behaviors. You see, there is no easy answer to the process of eliminating favoritism, except that you need to continually challenge yourself on your thoughts, your motive, and your own behaviors to ensure that your own preferences for individuals that do not show through at the expense of others around you. I hope that this little video of mine would help you, all right, in terms of saying no to favoritism. You see, in summary, as a leader, you must be fair, you must be equal, and you must be objective in your way that you treat everyone around you. Always do this. You must continually challenge yourself on your own behaviors with other people. Always ask yourself the question, am I giving preference to anyone? Unless you can openly justify a yes answer to your people, the answer should always be no. All right. So really, once again, I am Philip Leong. I'm doing what I am doing for the very fact that leadership matters, because people matter. Stay safe, stay healthy, and be a blessing to the people around you. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.